Blessings, Quantum Family. I'm doing a video to talk a little bit about what the three levels of emotion slash feeling are. So, in the beginning, we have emotion, and emotion is something that is triggered and creates a chemical response in the body, which we feel. And a lot of times, these can be triggered through belief systems or repeated looping cycles. Our bodies can actually become addicted to certain emotions, where without us even knowing it, will release a chemical based on a subconscious thought or a trigger within the environment that we're not aware of. Once the emotion has passed, which usually takes around 90 seconds for the chemical to start to die down within our body, but what can happen is if we have a belief system that is connected to that emotion, it can become a feeling. So, a feeling is something that we abstract through the emotional experience and then continue to loop in that when the chemical has run its course, but we're still having an underlying quote unquote feeling that is still based in the emotion or in the belief system. When we start to activate the quantum body, we can actually move beyond those lower primal levels of emotion and feeling through a belief system or a repeated pattern. And that's when we start to use both emotion and feeling as information so that we can ascend beyond it and move into the experience where the feeling becomes a knowing. A lot of times I like to show this journey through the ability to move from a belief system to a knowing. Once we become aware that we have a belief system that is running, we can shift what that belief is. For example, let's say it's I believe that I will age and I have no control of how I'm going to age. Well, when we have that awareness and we decide, I'm not so sure that I want to agree with that, I'm going to shift my belief system to I may age within this linear timeline of the third dimension, but I am not going to age in the way that my body deteriorates. I'm going to hold my body in a frequency where I can, yes, maybe age within a timeline, but I'm not going to age within my body. So we shifted a belief system. The next level would be to trust that you are that powerful. So you start to trust and have faith in a frequency beyond what your mind can understand. Because to switch into another frequency, we have to actually put our consciousness into a frequency that we cannot see. I call it the abstract. We have faith. We continue to put our consciousness in that faith. When we have doubt, we put our consciousness back into the faith until we hold our consciousness there for our consciousness there for a long enough period of time that we move into a knowing. Not only do I believe it, not only do I trust it, but this is something that I know. I know it in my heart space. And you just journeyed all the way through. And once we hit the place of knowing, is when we start to become bioquantum, because it's when we have moved all the way through an emotion to a feeling that's connected to a lower belief system. We shift into a higher belief system until it becomes a knowing. And that knowing is the new level of awareness that is held in that quantum field or the higher frequency, the source field, 963. So, what is the difference between feeling, emotion, and then feeling as frequency? Because once we shift into the knowing, we no longer need to process it through our mind. Our consciousness hits the frequency of the truth of that knowing, and we just become it. We no longer have to cycle through and surrender and trust or even repeat the belief system because we become what it is that we know. So once we process through an emotion, we move into the feeling. We shift into a frequency to where we receive the information that is needed. We hold our consciousness there for a long enough period of time that we connect in beyond just believing and trusting to knowing. And then we become bioquantum. And then we repeat this in every aspect of our life, through the body and through the mind and through our reality. So I hope you enjoyed this, and definitely let me know what you think about it and how you are experiencing these three different levels of emotion to feeling to knowing or feeling through frequency. Big hugs.